Hey everybody, this is few of a kinds, and this is like our second major batch of them. So we're doing it up here in the studio. I think we did it that way last time, so it's a little bit more produced or so. But anyways, you're going to get to see 27 new items, if I'm correct, and 9 of them are fall. That means the other X amount are Christmas. And there's no huge pieces like the larger scale pieces like we did the last time. They're all great pieces. They're all pretty unique and wonderful. So let's go through them, and we're just going to start with fall and work through that. Then we're going to go to Christmas. So starting out, first one here. Actually, starting out, before we do that, is these are all signed. I've signed every single one of them on my hand. Sometimes it's a little small signature like this here. Wow, can that camera zoom in enough? Barely. We'll look at another one and see. It's either signed in like that, or while we have that close-up, we'll leave the close-up there. They also get this nice note that is hand-signed, and of course it's typed up. We'll show you this a little bit later, but all of those come with these, and these basically are telling you that these are few of a kinds. They're very rare pieces. They're very special pieces, and oftentimes, and this is true, I like to display some of my pieces at home like this. I like to be creative with them and do different things with them. So anyways, let's get going. We have the first one. This is a 1 of 2. So if you like it, the item number is right there on the screen, and it's AF57620. No, excuse me, it's AI. Brian, can you back us up for a minute? I got to tell the story right now. We have all these begin with AI. I just want you to know that Mark Roberts is always ahead of the curve. We are way ahead. We've been doing AI stuff for years. Years before AI was ever popular. So now you know it is artificial intelligence, but to us it's always been assembly item. And so we thought we were pretty cool when we were ahead of the times when the other AI came in and took us over. But anyways, so they're all going to begin with AI assembly item, which means we assembled it here in my warehouse here in California. And here we go. So the first one is the Thanksgiving fairy on the pheasant, and great pheasant, the real pheasant tail on there, really cool. And it's on a black wooden base. It's velvet covered. I'm lifting it up. It's cool. A little bit of floral stuff going on there. Fall pumpkins. Fall is coming. This is perfect for Thanksgiving and Halloween, the whole harvest season. Great piece. There are 2 of those. Then the next one is AI 57622. Let me move this guy out of the way a little bit. And that is this Wicked Witch, If the Shoe Fits. Which is so cool about this is this shoe here. You know what? I don't think we can see it close enough, good enough. So, and there are 2 of these also. But look at that resin shoe with the spider detail and how we added the jewels to it down there on the shoe and all these different details. There's cool jeweling going on here. And then some florals and a witch to make a really a great little table scene. There are 2 of these only. So she's pretty cool. And again, this is all from our spring cleaning where we just found stuff, organized stuff, doing inventory, and we found 2 of these cool resin shoes, and we glammed them up and made them pretty wonderful. So I like her. She's pretty cool. She'd be great somewhere. Who knows what you could put in here in this top part of the shoe. There's a little space down there so that you could put a plant in there, or a cup, a votive cup with a candle would be cool also. Use your imagination, have fun. While we're looking at these, remember the registration cards that you get, this one here says 1 of 2. 1 of 2, really cool. So you're getting very limited quantity pieces, very special. This is an existing witch that we maybe had a few pieces left of, or part of our spring cleaning that we discovered, who knows. But it's been really fun to do different things with them. So, all right, the next one is AI 57624. We just called this the Welcome Jack-o'-lantern Fairy. And he's on a green velvet base. Yeah, we can see him good there. He's got a welcome, a ghost white welcome pumpkin with some black stenciling design on there. It's actually sculpted out and then hand painted in there, so there's a lot of detail. All of the black is sculpted out in the original mold. So this is a great piece. This is a one-of-a-kind piece. So if you love it, it's not going to last. One of the retailers on the marketplace will have it, and only one. So be sure that if you want it, now's the time to get it. It may have already pre-sold. I should also mention to you that all of the items this show, this program, or this Facebook Live, all of the items are up on the Mark Roberts Marketplace. You see it right down there on the screen there. They're already up on the Marketplace. Last time we did these, we were excited and we were pushing it through really quickly, and it was very hard to find the item. So we're making it easier. We listened to you. I listened to you. So, and understood that there were some challenges with that. So all of the items are on the Marketplace. There's multiple Mark Roberts Marketplace retailers that have these, and you can search them by the item number that is on the side of the screen right there, and you can search them that way and find them that way. So hopefully you'll find what you like. Okay, next piece is, I am actually going to move this guy out of the way for a little bit and clear some space here. How are we doing, Brian? So we can see that? Okay, we can see it good with the white background. Okay, this is AI 57626, as you can easily see. This is one of the ones we have the most quantities of, and it's not a lot. It's 6. So we have 6 of these, and that's it of this piece. It's the Thanksgiving fairy. He's on a stand. He's got a copper velvet pumpkin with jeweling, florals, got a great Happy Thanksgiving fairy, Happy Thanksgiving banner on him, and all these great jewels. So really a great piece, great for a side table or somewhere, kitchen or side table, living room, family room, when we're celebrating Thanksgiving, because it's hot right now, but it will be here soon enough, and there will be something for us to be thankful for. We know that. Okay, next piece is AI 57628. And this one is a little bit of a question mark whether this will be available or not. She is very, very cool piece, though. This is a last of a kind piece. So this is like number, whatever the last of the kind piece is of that. So great piece with the cauldron. There's more cauldrons coming up, because I know a lot of people in the pre-showing that we did last week were excited about all the witches in the cauldrons. But this one is, we're double checking the quantity still, but I think it's either a 1 of a kind or a 5 of a kind. Not 100% sure, but we'll figure that out. But whatever it is the last of them. All right, next one. I know the quantities on this one. It's 4. It's AI 57630. She is the large witch, orange wicked witch with cauldron. So pretty cool these are with the cauldrons. Yeah, they're all permanently done. She's affixed to the base with all these gold leafing and some fall colored flowers. Very, very pretty piece. The spider on her hat. So there's 4 of these on the base. Makes for a great way to show them. You're essentially getting the stand with her. Yeah, she has a stand in there. I'm like feeling back there. And then that stand is secured to this green velvet base. And the way we always do these is the green velvet base is actually stapled on, but if you see there are no staples on the bottom of that. A little bit of dirt or something, or moss, but this protects your table, okay? So there's no staples there, so you put the velvet base, you can slide it around on the table, and how nice is that? How many times do we hate having to lift something heavy and move it on the table? It's much easier just to slide it, so. Okay, this lady's fabulous. This one is AI 57632. As you notice, we're jumping by numbers of 2 every time. So, finely fiendish witch with crow. So this is the larger witch. She's got a pumpkin. We did these pumpkin crow pieces, I think 2 years ago or something. And somehow or another, this must have been one of our first pieces, a keep sample or something. And so we decided we'd pull it together and put it with the witch, and she's kind of climbing up on it. This is her little pet crow. I love this piece. This is a one-of-a-kind piece. You got the pumpkin, you got the crow, you got the florals, you got the witch, and the witch is spectacular already. So Pretty magnificent piece. This is a great piece to have. She can go in lots of different places, and you will enjoy. All right, now we have 2 more cauldron witches. So this one here, AI 57634. Ouch, sliding that over. Very, very pretty. Same thing. She's got a cauldron. She's stirring the pot right there. God knows what she's making. Very, very pretty. I love the fur coat that she has. The gray and black spotted fur coat. This sheer with all the diamond-like sparkles going on here. The pretty flowers. These are great pieces. There is 3 of these. So very few of these cauldrons. There's just a handful of cauldrons total. There's only 1 more coming. So again, if you like the previous one, there was just 1. This one, there are 3. And she's very cool with that pink and blonde hair, or pink and white hair. She is adorable. So a lot going on with her. She will be quickly gone. So when she's gone, she's gone. There are no more. So for sure, I mean, we threw away, when we did spring cleaning, we loaded 2 40-yard dumpsters. Now a 40-yard dumpster is that big commercial dumpsters that big businesses will put out when they have to get rid of a lot of stuff. It is about the size of a semi-trailer that you see on the freeways or the roads. We filled up 2 of those with all sorts of junk. I mean, it was stuff. We won't even go into it, but nobody would have wanted it. Nobody wanted any of it. So, but we were doing a lot of spring cleaning earlier this year. But we found a lot of good stuff that was either, when we were doing inventory, that was either mislabeled or somewhere off behind boxes. Who knows? These things happen. So we found a lot of good stuff, and this is the byproduct of it. All right, the next one is, come on, which one is she? This is AI 57636, the Finely Fiendish Witch with Cauldron. So this is the same witch we saw 2 witches ago with the pumpkin and the crow. There were only 1 of that one. There are 3 of this one. So there'll be 4 lucky people total that will be able to get this if you're into this purple and this wacky face that she has. She is so whacked out and so happy. She's got this cool purple hair, shades of purple, very, very pretty. So I used to think with older people that was crazy. Now people at the gym that I go to, and it's an over 50 gym, there are some very cool people, and a couple of them have some very cool colored hair, which is, I'm learning to be more accepting of fun, different, cool colored hairs, because we do it ourselves with different pieces, the witches and some of the fairies and things. So, all right, we actually are going to, we aren't, Renee and Brian and Zhang are going to rearrange the lighting. So I get to just stand here and, oh, Brian's got a cover of, but this, I'll talk about this, a note from Mark. There he is, he put it on the screen already. So a great piece, because this is a handwritten note from me, or excuse me, it's a hand-signed note from me talking about the few of a kinds, 1 of 1s up to 1 to 6, and a little bit more detail into it, similar to the note that was in the previous ones, if you got any of the previous 1 of a kinders last time, but a few different changes in here. But the consistency is I still signed them all by hand. So, okay, let's go to Christmas. Christmas is the funner ones, but fall is pretty cool too. There are more Christmas here, and there's a lot of fun things. So, okay, one of the first ones is going to be one of my favorite ones. It's one of the least expensive ones. It is so cool. We did, for the regular line for 2025, something very similar to this. So when we saw this, found this ceramic hound dog, we knew exactly what we were going to do with it. His number is AI 57640, and I'm calling him the Hound Dog Elf. This is a ceramic hound dog, and it's got a lot of toys and an elf and a tree. I mean, this is just super, super cute piece. Look at even the, we added the, are we zooming on that? Yeah, we added the jeweled bow tie to it. I guess we're not zooming on it because Brian's on strike? There it is. There we are zooming. Okay. All right. Okay, Nellie's drunk. Okay, cool. All right, now we can see it even better. This is very cute. This is a one of a kind. You're not going to get it anymore. If you love it, snatch it right now. Okay? And let's go to the next one. Wait, I'm going to go back to this. If you do love this and you can't get it, we have a different version of it. It's a slightly larger, and there's other stuff going on it, but it's very cool. And you can find that on the Roberts Marketplace also. It just won't be a one-of-a-kind piece. All right, the next one is AI 57642, and it is a elf scene on a table base with a champagne deer, and that should be this one, 42. It is. This is a one of 3. So this piece has 3 on it. I'm going to bring it forward because I want to show you what it's got. There's a lot going on it. I'm going to get in front of it and let my black shirt be the background of it here. So you got the elf. We added a tree to his hand. He's got this champagne colored deer. I'm going to flip this. This is all secured, so you're good. But look at the jeweling on the deer there. Just walk right up there. Look at the jeweling on the back of the deer, on his, like, we're going to call it a saddle, but very, very, very pretty. And then on the sides of that deer, he's got lots of stuff going on him. Very pretty. These acrylic balls at the bottom, some pines. And then even on this side here, beautiful piece of holly and different trimmings going on. So these are really nice pieces. Even the back has a little, pine tree back here. So this distinctly has a front and back, but from all angles, you're going to see some pretty stuff. There are 3 of these. So grab them while you can. The next one is, I think there's 3 of this also. No, there's 4 of this one. AI 57644. And this is a caroling elf with a champagne deer. I call it the champagne color. So pretty, really pretty. This has this gorgeous little poinsettia. This was just in our floral stuff. This deer goes with the other one that's standing. So you got the same trimmings and all the jeweling going on there, kind of in that champagne color. Very, very pretty, real soft. And then he's got this, a Christmas love song, something on there, a Christmas carol that's going on there. And his hands are, of course, I've not shown you much of these. They're all signed pieces. His hand is signed. It's upside down, but that is my signature on there by hand. And one of 4. So only a few lucky people are going to get that. These guys are cool because this one is AI 57646, and we just called this the Playful Elf with Deer. I love this winter blue deer color, though. It's so pretty. And how pretty it is with the red colors. We made a red velvet-like saddle to go on him. We added things like the holly, little touch of holly pick in his head, or his ear, excuse me. It has got larger hollies over here and pines going on. It's got an acrylic ball or 2, one it looks like, with different little jewels and things. Again, it's on a velvet back. That is, there's no staples on the back here, so it will protect your table nicely. Cute piece. This is like a nice added little jewel thing. This is parts of something that we had, and part of the spring cleaning, and put it to good use. And I do that a lot with putting things together like this at home, because this is how I was trained as a kid, and I promise you that was a long time ago. But when I first started working in a flower shop in California, so this was in the early 80s, the owner of the shop, Mary, really nice woman, and she would give us at the holiday times a box each day of stuff. She'd say, use these up in your fresh arrangements every day. And we were doing fresh flowers, but we were adding different things like this to them. And they always made the arrangements so much more wonderful, and it was great to try our creativity every day. And she would, check up with us, and she always encouraged us. Oh, that looks great, or whatever. But we were using up all the stuff. There's always leftover stuff, and so all of us that decorate at home, we all have leftover stuff. And so I do at home too, and so I like to kind of do things like this in my spare time and put them together. So, anyways, let's go on to the next one, which should be, now I don't know which number is next. Okay, let's do, I think it's down here. AI 57648. Yep, this is it. So this is that same winter blue deer we can see this deer a little better, and both deer are the same way, but I'm going to show you on this one here. I'm actually just bend this tree down for a minute here. And we can see the damask pattern with the silver threads in there, how pretty that is. And then just with red velvet ribbon and a little holly pick, we made a saddle for him. That tree is going to just fit right in there nicely. All of this stuff is connected and secured in, so it's easy to display. Cute little things. There's a tree in the back, a tree in the front. He is proclaiming Christmas is here. He is so happy. And again, with this winter blue deer, very, very pretty. And you're going to love to get him. He is how many? He is one of two. So there's only 2 of these available. We'll go with the upcoming pieces, which are some snowmen, which have similar colors going on here. So the next one is AI 57650, and that is this guy here. I'm going to just kind of, does that work, Brian, or should I take this off and get it out of the way so we can see it better? Okay. So, one of 2. We've got this great snowman. This piece never made it into the Mark Roberts line, this snowman. So this is a piece that we got, and for whatever reason, the samples came late, or we, gosh knows what happens. We forgot to ship them. You'd be surprised the things that we do right and wrong. But anyways, this never made it into the line, but it's a really great piece. The happy little snowman there, his golden hat. So we added a bunch of different stuff. We added some berries and jewels to it to make it a little bit fresher. And then added this like diamond swag that this elf is holding. Very, very cool. And then look at him licking his lips. He is like very happy with that. So there's only 2 of these. Oh, he's called Diamond Elf with Snowman because he's got this like diamond-like swag going on here. Very, very cool. And this has some of that same blue, winter blue fabric. This one has a gold thread in it, though. And I'm mentioning the gold because the next one is going to have a silver thread in it. This one is AI 57652. So the arms do not move on this snowman, but he's got the blue, winter blue damask fabric with the gold threads this time, which is very, very pretty. So it's more wintry. And then look at this playful, happy elf. Oh my gosh, look at this face. Look at that happy smile. So this one reminds me of my friend Terry, to be honest. That's the big smile, because she has a great smile. Anyways, very, very cool piece. We added different things. We added this jeweled trimmings and these, the feather in his hat and everything. So very, very pretty piece. This is a 1 of 2 piece. There's very few quantities. Therefore, we came up with the 1 of 2s. Okay, we have another one up top. Now we're using larger elves. And I've got a few here. This guy is AI 57654. He is the purple and silver. I'm going to call him the Silver Bells elf because he's got lots of silver bells going on here. Imagine that song going off at the same time. So you got silver bells, you got purples, you got snow trees, and then you have these deer, the champagne deer again, with all that beading and detailing going on. Very, very, very pretty. And then lots of bells and things going on in here. This is 1 of 3. There's only 3 of these available. So it's a little bit larger piece. Wonderful piece, though. Really nice, pretty piece. Love with the elf and the deer and all the little trees that he's around. So very, very pretty. What a great little scene there. Oh, he looks good. All the bells in his hat. A little snowball at the top of the hat. So very, very pretty. Next guy is AI 57656. Very, very cute. This has that winter blue fabric and velvet with the, this has silver threads in it for the damask. Great details on the side on here. There is 3 of this also. There's only 3. So this is super cute because I like the blue with the peppermint, the candy canes, the peppermint colors of the candy canes, the candy cane stripes of his leggings, the black and white checks on his side of his legs, gingerbread cookies. This is just a very cool piece. Love it. I like the happy face too. Yeah, look at that happy face. Okay, the next one is a 1 of 1. There's 1 of these. We found 1 of these harps. I actually forget. Peggy King is one of the best experts who will know which Santa this was with, but at one point we did do a Santa with a harp, And this must have been one of the first harps that we were using to do the designs. And so that's probably what that is. There's one of these. We did this, put the harp on the wood base. We added actually some really pretty roses. Burgundy roses with some red glitter trim on the edge of them, so pretty. There's red ribbons on this harp. There is, florals and everything. This is actually gorgeous. I wish we had done the Santa this way, but we didn't. And then we put the Santa baby elf because we had one or two of them from inventory, and perfect for here because he's just like playing the harp and singing away, singing some sort of Christmas carols. So fun piece, one of one. So if you want him, if you know anybody that plays the harp, you're going to want to get it because this is it. So whoever the lucky person is, I know if it was me, I would enjoy it a lot for sure. All right, now we're going over to the next table over here. And I'm going to take a breather and breathe for a second because I'm going like crazy and show you this is actually going to, I'm pre-showing you right now. This tree here is part of the Maison du Soleil fashion collection, which is hats. Now Renee secured everything on this tray. This is all fashion accessories. Brian, can you zoom in on this? There are hats. Let's start at the top. There are shoes. There are ladies' shoes that are trimmed out. There are hats. There are purses. They're functional purses which you can take off of your tree and go out to dinner in an evening in December around Christmas time, and you will be the hit for sure. Well, now wait a minute. Ladies, you will be the hit for sure. Men, if you do it, you're probably going to get noticed quite well, but anyways, I'll leave it at that. There are more than just that. There are lots of different shoes going on here. So we'll get into this, delve more into this later, but I wanted we are working ahead, and so I told Renee, when we set the showroom here, or the studio, let's put these in the tree. There's one more tree for you in a different collection, but I wanted to show you some of this really fun stuff. Look at this shoe. I mean, this is out of this world cool. So these are actually available on the marketplace also right now. So, but we're going to get back to one of a kinds, few of a kinds. This is a one of a kind. This is AI 57660. This is the stocking fairy in a sleigh with a deer. So I love this because the deer has this resin crown that's sculpted. We added the jeweling around the crown to make it more elegant. We added a holly and pine front. You can barely see that, but you get it what it is. It's cool. We've got this nice gold rope. I have no idea where this came from. This is a cape that we probably were going to use on a fairy of some sort and ultimately did not, or I'm not known for taking them off certain times because it doesn't work on the final design. But we saved these things, and so we decided to put it on the deer and give him a nice saddle. So great piece. One of one. That's it. There's only one of those. Great piece, big resin sleigh. You get the deer, so really cool piece. There are one or two other sleighs. Maybe this is it. Thought there was another one, but maybe this is it. The next sleigh is right here, which is AI 57662. This is very cute. This is the teddy bear elf. Okay, so the story behind this must be at the North Pole that it is December 23rd. And Santa's lining everything up, and the elves are helping him. And one of the elves wants to get in the sleigh and pretend he's Santa. That's what I'm thinking. So the elf is in the sleigh. He's got toys in the back. It's already loaded up. He's got a teddy bear. You've got a gorgeous gray, and how pretty is this? Gray toned deer with gold filigree raised details. Then, of course, we've added some diamond-like jewels, hollies. We added a little mini elf, some character on the front, and he's actually got a mistletoe in his hand. So this actually came from another scene that we did years ago that we probably overmade some of the parts to it. So very, very fun piece. So love this piece. This is a one of two. So there's actually two of those, one of the previous one of the sleigh. So a total of 5 sleighs for the planet. So now that I said planet, people in Australia have said we would love to get some of these. There are some marketplace retailers who can ship to Australia. Of course, the shipping is more. So if you decide you want it, it at least is available. So That's the best I can do at this point. We'll have to try to figure out some way. I'm not sure how or if we can for future ones to make them exclusive for Australia, but for sure we can. Some of the marketplace retailers can ship to Australia and are set up for that. Okay, the next one is okay, now I'm leaving these numbers up because we actually laid the numbers out. And I knew the numbers, but they're now out of order, so I'm going to leave the numbers up and then take it away. The next one here is Santa on the tricycle, which is AI 57664. I don't know where this tricycle came from, to be honest. It just showed up. We found it somewhere in the warehouse, and I have no idea what happened. This was never our tricycle. It just found its way into the warehouse. So my guess is lonely Christmas decorations that are looking for something a little bit more wonderful find their way to the Mark Roberts warehouse. So I'm going to show you the front of it first. We added a wreath with a cardinal and some holly, so pretty, on this black wrought iron or metal iron tricycle. Found a Santa that we had in doing inventory, who knew, and added this on. I don't know if this might be new that Renee added to this, the berries. Can we see that? There it is, the berries and the jewels and the ribbons, very, very pretty. So this is a great piece. This is a 1 of 1. There he is, signed right there. And 1 of 1 piece, so kind of get him while you can because he's very, very cool. All right, the next one I'm going to show you, if I can find it, is right here behind me here on the mantle. This is AI 57666, and this is a 1 of 1 candy cane Santa with the tree and the trimmings, peppermint Santa, very, very pretty. Then there's this pink velvet, and there's some damask fabrics. A very, very nice tree. That tree, I don't think made it into the line. I think it's another one of those samples that didn't get shipped, with those snowmen we saw earlier. And so it somehow got lost in the warehouse during a sample season. I don't know which year that was. It could be any time. So it's got presents going on there. Very, very pretty though. Love that. The candy canes, it's very pepperminty. It's candy. It's got some pink, which is kind of chic. So it looks really cool. All right, as we start to head over, we're going to look at this other tree here. And then this is something we're going to show you later in the year. But these are also available on the marketplace. And these are part of Mark Roberts' new for this year, kind of a kitchen collection. So this is a enamel pot. Lid comes off. You actually could use it. I'd be careful with it though, with all this stuff on, all this glitter stuff on it. And you can put it on the tree, just as Renee did here. Decorated the tree. And how nice is this? There's great teacups or coffee cups that we trimmed out with cardinals. And my famous, this is like the most favorite thing this year. This is insane. Simple things can make me happy. Green velvet ribbon with gold edge. It took me years to find this. And I'm sure it was always available, but everybody always said, no, it's not. So we found it with some other colors. So other colors going on. Here's some other pieces in this. This is part of the Mark Roberts kitchen collection, I'm going to call it. But it's all done up. It's very, very cool pieces. The tree, there's cutting boards. There's, what are these things called? Ladles and spoons. This is a very cool collection. When you see it, when we show it to you later this year, maybe in July or later in July or in August, you're going to like it. It's a very fun collection. Okay, so the next one I am doing is number 15, which is this guy here, which is the Holly and Ivy Santa with presents on base. It's AI 57668. This base looks familiar, but I want to be clear right now, it does not rotate. It's not electrified, so it doesn't rotate. It's just a kind of a more grand base. And we ordered those in from the factory so that we would have them to do some more larger scale pieces and really elevate certain pieces, and this works out great for it. So you get the Santa, you get the bag of toys, there's a tree back there, there's all these other little accoutrements going on. Drop dead gorgeous piece, super traditional. Very magical going on. Great, great piece. This is a 1 of 1. So only one person is going to get it from one marketplace retailer, which I don't have that information up right now, but you can go to the marketplace and search these out looking for few of a kinds to bring up all of those pieces, because Edmund has allowed that in the search for each of these to make it easier for you to find them. Okay, the next one is also on one of these wood bases, or these big bases. Okay, one of my favorite pieces here, and they're all favorite pieces, but AI 57670. Okay, this one, there's two of these, so this is a one of two. And you're getting a Merry Christmas Santa. There's a fun story behind this, and I don't even know the answer to it, but I'm going to show you the question. First of all, you've got this fox and his little friends over here that are in resin. We've added different hollies. He's very woodsy. There's a nice tree there. Cool stuff. But we don't know where these Santas came from. We don't even know what year they're from or where they were, but we had two of them. And all that I can surmise is that he was designed to sit in a sleigh. And so his coat goes way up and has like an arch to it back there. So it's a very, instead of a tail, there are wings. I'm going to call them wings on the sides of his coat. So this is very different. This is a unique, different piece. We don't remember when we did this piece, but if you have that Santa at home, he's probably in something. He's probably part of a scene also. But anyways, this guy with with the beautiful fox and the two squirrels, his little friends there, very, very pretty. There are two of those, only two. So, and that's it. There's not more out there. On the last grouping that we did, when we did all these different pieces, people were asking, we had a lot of requests, do you have one more of this or one more of that? The answer was no every time. We just have what we have. And especially when these are very rare because they're one-of-a-kind pieces or two-of-a-kinds or whatever. And we priced them fairly so that they're accessible to everybody. From all the different pieces, everybody that's watching can probably get one or two pieces if you want. Not everybody's going to get something, but we didn't raise the prices because they're one-of-a-kind or something. It's kind of, I'm happy, we all are, but we're happy to use up some of this stuff because it's just stuff when it's in the warehouse in a box or hiding behind something. It's just stuff. But when it gets put together, it's magical. Look at that. So we're really happy for people to get it, and we just put a fair price on it, and that's what it is. So, okay, I think we have two more pieces to go, and they are over here. Okay, AI 57672. There's a lot going on this one. These last big ones here are big scale pieces. These are the biggest scale pieces that we have. We've got the Tasty Cuisine Santa. We've got another one of these pink velvet with the damask trees that never made it anywhere. This one has a little fairy-like elf sitting on some presents and a drum. There's all sorts of little different stuff going on there. Really great details on here. This is a one of one. There's only one of a kind of this. Sweet piece. Santa has a gingerbread in his hand, and then the tree has a spiral peppermint on the top. Very, very, very pretty piece. Comes on the base that looks like our rotating base, but the base does not rotate. Great, great piece though. Love this guy. One of a kind. Who's the lucky person that gets that? Okay, then the next one, there are two of the last item I'm going to show you. There are two of them, and probably, again, one of my favorites on here because of the colors and the magic of it. And this is AI 57674, and that is this mistletoe Santa on the rocking horse. This rocking horse is yet again another item that did not make it into the showrooms. I don't know what happens. We get in thousands of samples each Christmas season, and they're coming from so many different sources, and it just happens. The samples generally come in late November, early December, all the way right up to Christmas time. Well, we're also really busy then. So we're busy with the current year, plus we're prepping for the next year because we set up trade shows in December and January because that's when our biggest shows are. So there are times that stuff just gets lost, gets mixed up, who knows, or it gets sent to the showrooms and somehow it ends up back in a box to go back to California to the warehouse. So we make these mistakes. We're human. So anyways, this is the result of it, and it's fabulous. So this is a lemon to lemonade thing. Okay, this is a styrofoam rocking horse. It does rock, but it's got a nice flat base, so it sits. You get this great Santa, all this great detail on here. This is an old Santa that we did, a mistletoe Santa, years ago. And apparently we had we always seem to have one or two of something around, and we were able to put this whole ensemble together. We only had 2 of the rocking horse, so that's it. But it has all this great detail underneath. There's a hint of red berries, golds, greens. I mean, this is spectacular. And then, you know, to pull back and see the whole piece again, I'm going to slide this forward. What a great piece. Look at this, the rocking horse. I love, love, love this piece. I think this and the Santa with the foxes are my 2 favorites. And the dog, and the hound dog, and the cauldron witches. I like, you know, I got a lot of favorites going on here. They're really pretty pieces. So anyways, this is the last piece. There are 2 of these. So these, I understand, may be gone already. I've heard when we did the pre-showing a week or so ago that people were already clamoring for this and a few other pieces. So who knows if it's available or not, but check out the Mark Roberts Marketplace. The retailers on there have these. All of these items are on the Mark Roberts Marketplace. That's the only place they should be. And they will ship to you pretty much right away, within a week, no later. So you should have these quickly. I wouldn't wait on any of them because they're small quantities, and I know we got a lot of requests afterwards when we did this the last time, about a month ago, for more pieces because people wanted more of them. But this is it. This is all we have. So we will maybe try to do another batch of them later in the year. I'm not sure because we're going to get really busy with shipping. And I'm not sure how much stuff we have left. It's getting harder because we've kind of organized everything. But anyways, we did a great job with it. I'm real happy with it. And thank you for everything. You know, this is a challenging year in many respects, but we're getting through it as we always do. We've been doing this for, guess what, 42 years. Oh my God. So it's been a long time. So we've been through lots of different things. Been doing the collectibles for about 30 some years, 30, something like that. A long time. But we always get through. We always come out the other side. I don't want to say smelling like roses, but we usually come out the other side really doing good. So thank you. Love the fact that you still support us. Love the fact that you like what we do. And if you get some of these great things, great, thank you. If you don't, I hope you at least enjoyed the show, or I'm going to call it a show because we're doing it up here, and inspire to get the stuff, all the little stuff, the little parts, these little things, the stuff that you have, and incorporate it and work it into some things and make them different. So, because that's kind of fun. It's fun things to do with our stuff. So anyways, happy hunting. Stay cool, and we're in the month of July, so it's going to be one of our hotter months. So, okay, bye-bye.